We've all pushed through a late-night deadline. You fight off the heavy eyelids, watch the sunrise, and spend the rest of the day navigating a thick fog of grogginess. But imagine pushing past that first miserable morning and deciding to never let your eyes close again. Your body doesn't treat rest as an optional luxury. Shutting down is a mandatory biological reboot cycle, necessary to keep your human machinery from failing. When researchers track these extremes, they find that human biology hits a hard limit at 14 days, the point where the lack of sleep becomes fatal. A 17-year-old named Randy Gardner famously tested this limit, keeping himself awake for 11 days straight to see how far he could go. To understand how he survived and what his body was actually enduring, we need to start a clock and track exactly how internal systems degrade, hour by hour. At just 6 hours of sleep deprivation, your brain triggers a rapid spike in cortisol, the body's primary stress hormone. This cortisol surge translates into physical tension. You feel heavy, your patience disappears, and a deep, cranky agitation sets in. But as the clock hits 24 hours, your body hits a biological paradox. Instead of crashing, you feel a sudden, intense burst of energy. Your brain is dumping dopamine into your system, a feel-good chemical that acts as a mask for the mounting exhaustion. Under this dopamine-heavy dose, the world feels unusually pleasant. You feel highly motivated, animated, and even invincible. This second wind is a chemical illusion, hiding the internal damage that continues to mount beneath the surface. By hour 36, that dopamine high runs out. To save energy, your brain begins forcefully powering down non-essential functions. You experience the first software glitches.
Memory significantly weakens, and your physical reaction times slow to a crawl. At 48 hours, the decline moves from cognitive to physical as major biological hardware begins to fail. Your body loses the ability to properly metabolize glucose. Without this sugar conversion, you are hit with a crushing, leaden fatigue. Simultaneously, your immune system flatlines. White blood cell activity drops, leaving your body prone to sickness and unable to defend itself. By the end of day 2, your energy production and defensive shields have collapsed entirely. At 72 hours, the overstimulated brain enters a state of starvation, lacking the essential chemicals and nutrients it needs to function. Hallucinations begin. The brain breaks from reality, and you may see or hear things that aren't actually real, like shifting shadows or unusual sounds. You lose all sense of identity. You forget your own name, lose track of time, and lose the ability to perform basic actions like reading or even eating. Your brain is so damaged that it has disconnected from the world in a final, desperate attempt to protect itself. This is the brink Randy Gardner reached. He survived and managed to stay awake for 264 hours, exactly 11 days. Gardner did it to beat a world record previously held by a DJ based in Honolulu. While he survived, research confirms the 14-day limit is a wall where systemic failure becomes absolute. The human body is a resilient machine, but it operates on a strict energy economy that cannot be bypassed or cheated. Sleep is the foundation of health. The temporary high of an all-nighter is a biological emergency alarm, and the only way to resolve it is to go to bed.